What's up, my fellow hunters and geeks and nerds and everyone watching on YouTube? It's me, Maniac the Geek here. So it is Friday, September 29th, and I have a couple of things I want to show you. None of these things that I've picked up, I recorded picking up, unfortunately. Some things came in the mail, some things I bought just walking into a couple of stores. And I just didn't record anything hunting wise, like actually being out there in the wild and showing you what, getting it and everything. But I'm showing you guys now just because I'm really excited for what I got and just because I really want to show you guys. And the first thing I'm going to show you doesn't really have anything to do with toys, but it does have to do with video games. And as you know, I'm trying to broaden my channel and change my scope up and not just focus on toys and stuff like that. So I'm doing comics and movie reviews and everything else. So as some of you know, Nintendo today released the Super Nintendo Classic system. If none of you know what that is, last year Nintendo released what they called the Nintendo Classic system, which was a mini, smaller version of the Nintendo Entertainment System that they released in 1985, I believe. And basically what it was just a small dedicated system that had 30 preloaded games on it. You didn't have to buy any games or anything like that. It came with an HDMI cord. It came with a controller, I believe just one, and it retailed for I think $70 or $60. Well, it became a huge hit. Nintendo didn't make enough of them. They thought it probably wasn't going to be that big of a seller, and it became the must-have item of last year Christmas season and everything like that. And people bought tons of them and started scalping them online, and now you can't find one for less than $250 when it retailed for $60, $70 when it first came out. So this year Nintendo came out and said they're doing the Super Nintendo, and they're going to make more of them, and they're going to have more of them available throughout the Christmas season, and that they're not going to have what happened last year happen again. So this morning I went to my local Best Buy and I got my Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic. So it's a really funny story. I'm not sure what page it was, if it was the Syndicate family or if it was one of the video game pages I follow, I'm not sure. But someone posted a link to the pre-order on Best Buy when this was available for pre-order, which I think was about a month ago, I want to say. A month and a half ago, 3 weeks ago, I'm not sure. So I went on there and I pre-ordered it, and it said that it was available today. When I pre-ordered it, it said that it would ship to the store today and I could pick it up today. So I went down to my local Best Buy, and there was about 80 people in line. It was pretty packed. Best Buy opened at 10 o'clock this morning. I live on the Pacific coast, so 10 o'clock Pacific time. That would have been, what, 1 o'clock Eastern time? So I saw a bunch of people posting last night and this morning of them already getting theirs on the East Coast in Virginia, New York, places like that. So I went there this morning. I stood in line and people had little pieces of paper in their hand with numbers on it. And I was like, well, what are those? What's up with that? And they said, oh, if you want to get one, you have to get one of these little pieces of paper. So I walked up to the front thinking that I had to grab a piece of paper and I would be in line and my thing would be waiting for me right there. The lady that was working there was nice enough to be like, oh, your pre-order? And I said, yeah. And she's like, oh, come on in. So this was about 10 or 15 minutes before Best Buy was officially supposed to open. So about 9:45, 9:50 in the morning. I walk in, they set me up. I walk over to the desk area where you get your pickups if you order anything, laptop-wise or appliance-wise or anything. And they had mine right there with my name on it, and it was all in a stack with all the pre-orders, and they had a big old cart full of like 100 of them. So I'm sure all those people that were in line got one, but I was the very first person at my Best Buy in Southern California to get one. I walked out of there, very first person, and I got my Super Nintendo Classic system. So this Super Nintendo Classic system comes with 21 games on it, preloaded games. Games like Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Star Fox, the unreleased Star Fox 2, F-Zero, Super Metroid, Mega Man X, Donkey Kong Country, Super Punch-Out, Street Fighter 2, Turbo, games like that. Castlevania 2, games like that. So this, I think, is going to become the new hot item of this year, of this Christmas season. I think every kid and every person like me who loves video games is going to want one of these. So I'm really, really happy that I was able to get one right now. Like, I was so ecstatic. I, made sure that my schedule was cleared this morning because I didn't know if it was going to be a crazy thing where I had to wait in line with a bunch of people that wanted to buy theirs, wait in line with a bunch of people that pre-ordered. Luckily, I walked in there, and within 5 minutes, I got mine, and I'm good. I also picked up with that the extension, the 2-pack controller extension. These you can add to the controllers to make them 6 feet longer. And I heard that Nintendo planned on making these controller cords and everything longer than the Nintendo ones. I heard one of the gripes about the Nintendo Classic was the controllers were, the length of the cord was very small. So, just FYI, Nintendo did come out and say that next year, 2018, in the summer, I'm guessing probably late spring, early summer, they are going to be re-releasing the Nintendo Entertainment System Classic. So hopefully they hold to that, and hopefully the people like me that didn't get a hold of one and don't want to pay an outrageous amount for the scalped ones on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that can get their hands on one for a relatively cheap price. Because even though these games on this are amazing, and I had one of these as a kid, the Nintendo games are pretty much the best video games, some of the best video games ever created. So that was the video game portion of this video of stuff that I got. So since I was out and I didn't have work today and I felt like going to a couple other places, I went to the local Target that was right there by the Best Buy. Usually when you have a Best Buy, you probably have a Target or a Walmart or something like that pretty close. So there's actually a Target in the same shopping center. And what I was looking for at the Target was basically the little carry case that comes with, or not with, but comes for the Super Nintendo Classic. They had a carry case they made for the NES Classic. I wanted to see if they had any at GameStop or Target or whatever. So I go into my local Target, and it's pretty appropriate, to go with getting my Super Nintendo. I found this. This is the World of Nintendo Lakitu? Is that how you pronounce it? Lakitu? Character. So if you guys don't know, this is the little guy that rides around on the cloud that throws these little bombs at you in some of the Mario games. And the only way that you can get rid of him is if you jump up high enough and hit him on the head. But he was always a pain to me in the levels that he was in with this guy. So I saw him. I've never seen him in the wild. I've seen people posting pictures of getting him, but I've never seen him in the wild. They actually had 2 of them, so I ended up picking him up. So I was pretty stoked about that. And then I picked up this little gal. The box is not in the best condition, or what I would want in the best condition, but it's also not in the worst condition. It's pretty much in the middle. But I ended up finding the Marvel Legends Lady Thor. This is the Jane Foster version of Thor, and that's currently in the comics. This is from the Gladiator Hulk Build-A-Figure from Thor Ragnarok. So this is the Thor Ragnarok wave with Thor, Loki, Hela, Lady Thor, Unworthy Thor, and Ares. And then you can build let me show you guys. The Build-A-Figure is the Gladiator Hulk from the Thor Ragnarok movie that's coming up in November. So I've never seen her in the wild but one time. And at the time, I didn't have enough funds, or I didn't want to, spend too much, so I never got her. And then ever since, I've never seen her in the wild. It's been a few weeks. So I saw her, and even though the boxes, you can see back here, let me turn it like that. You can see that it's kind of creased. You can see there's a big dent mark right there, and then the sides are kind of bowing out. So this thing's probably been sitting on the shelf, and people have been manhandling it and stuff like that. But it's pretty decent, and it's got the Build-A-Figure piece, and it comes with the shoulder pauldron piece that he wears. So I'm glad no one scalped that and everything like that. So I was glad to have her. And then I went to a couple of Walgreens, and the first Walgreens I went to was right down the street from the Target and the Best Buy. They didn't really have anything there, so I went to another Walgreens. I was actually closer to my house, and I found pretty much the thing that I was looking for the most right now. The first thing that I found, I was looking for definitely. I was really happy that I found it. But this other thing, after I'll show you, was the thing I was looking for the most. So the first thing I got is Luke Skywalker. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I had tacos for lunch. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. So this is the Luke Skywalker from the end of from the end of Force Awakens. I'm sorry, and then it will be in Last Jedi. I'm sure he'll have a different costume or something in the Last Jedi, but this is the old man Luke, as he likes to be called, or they like to call him. So it's number 46, right there in the Star Wars Black Series, and I'm really glad that I have him. I have the Rey, the regular Rey. So I have both of them in the regular packaging. So I was really excited to get him. Sorry, let me move a couple of these figures so I can have room. And then right behind the Luke, sitting there, I saw this guy, and as soon as I saw him, I started freaking out. I did like a little like fist pump, and I went like, yeah, like I was really excited. And I ended up picking up two of them. And they actually had them for $14.99 each, and it was the Walgreens Exclusive Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Spirit. So as you fellow collectors and toy hunters and stuff know, Walgreens is one of the bigger stores that gets exclusives. So if you guys don't know, Walgreens gets a lot of good toys, and they get a lot of good exclusives. Funko exclusives, almost every other time there's a convention, or every other time there's something big that comes out, Walgreens gets an exclusive. And one of the things they get exclusives of is the Star Wars Black Series, and this is the latest Black Series. You also get Marvel Legends. They had the Invisible Woman a few months ago, and now they have the Human Torch is the new one. So this is the Force Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I ended up picking up two. So I've seen a lot of people finding him, and I believe he got released maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Officially, I don't know what his street date release was supposed to be, but this is just an excellent figure. I said on my Instagram, when I put him on my Instagram, this is one of the most beautiful Black Series figures I've seen. They have him with a kind of purple, bluish sheen to his skin, and his hands and the bottom of his cloak and his outside robe almost look like a translucent purple bluish thing, and he looks like the Force Ghost version. You know, they obviously gave him a little bit more color to the face, so that way he doesn't look like he's invisible or like made of ice. But I love it, and the packaging is excellent. I love this rendition of the Force Ghost in the corner, and then they have the same one on the back, and it's so, I love the colors. I just love the color, and I love that they gave him that nice blue background. I think the other Black Series have the red backgrounds now, so I like they gave him the blue background, so it tied in more with the Force Ghost aspect of it and everything. So I was really excited, and like I said, I picked up both of these for $14.99 each. So I basically picked up two figures for what one and a little bit extra would have cost me. So that was really cool. So those were the last figures that I got in my little hunt today. When I got home, like an hour or so after I got home, I had some packages dropped off, and as you know, Hasbro had their convention that was called Hascon. Sorry, it was called Hascon maybe a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I'm not sure. And they had some exclusives that were released at Hascon, because Hasbro does the Black Series, they do Marvel Legends, they do pretty much everything. Hasbro's like the #1 player when it comes to toys right now. So about a week or so ago, I want to say, a week or so ago, maybe a week and a half ago, they had the Hasbro Toy Shop had a convention exclusive that you can buy. So I'm not super keen on this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I figure that the figures they don't sell at the exclusives go onto the website at a certain time so they can get rid of their stock so they can get new stuff in. So the first package I got was the I believe this is from San Diego Comic-Con, but I believe this is also at the Hascon exclusive. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the exclusive Rey and Old Man Luke 2-pack. So I was able to pick this up off the website. So if you take the little sleeve off, you can actually open them up, and it's both of them right there. Now, they do have the regular versions. Like I said, this was the version that I got today, just the regular version in the red card with the red background. And I already have her. I got her on 4th Friday. So I have both of these, but these are the convention exclusives. It's got a little book joint right there, like a book would have, so they can open together. And then you can see the 2 images of them. And then it's got their little things on the side and their little bios on the side right there. So I was really, really excited to pick that up because I don't really have that many convention exclusives. Unfortunately, I have to work for a living and I can't really make it to that many conventions. So that I was really, really happy to get that. And I'm glad that I have that version and the regular version. So if I ever wanted to trade one or the other or sell one or the other, I still have the other ones to fall back on, kind of thing. And then also the things they were selling on the Hasbro Toy Shop website was the Hascon Exclusive clone Captain Rex. So this was on the Hascon or Hasbro Toy Shop website when it went live. It was about 7 o'clock in the morning the day that it happened, my time. And this is the clone Captain Rex, and he just slides right out, and there he is right there. Now, these I ended up getting 2 of them because you were able to get 2 per order. I have seen a lot of people get theirs from the Hasbro Toy Shop, and either the box has been damaged that it comes in, or this blue packaging, which is just a little plastic insert to kind of keep him in place, has been damaged, either, you know, warped by the sun or damaged, and then it ends up bowing his legs or something like that. So to all you people that got this guy and it was damaged, I'm really sorry. I wish that I could replace all of them for you, but one person did call the Hasbro toy line directly, and they did replace it for him, and they actually let him keep his other one just because they said they don't know if they have enough in stock to replace them. So if you guys did get a damaged one or something happened to it, please call Hasbro and let them know, because they need to ship these things right. And luckily mine were shipped with packing material, and they came perfect. Nothing was bent, nothing was broken, nothing was dented, nothing. They're absolutely flawless. So I was lucky enough to get 2 of them, and both of them came perfect. So I'm sure that at some point I'll be putting one of these up for trade or sale or something like that, because honestly I just need one. I'm not going to take him out of the box, even though I can touch him and actually kind of manipulate him a little. But I just need one. So this last item that I got is kind of the big deal, the big item. And just like the Super Nintendo Classic is the must-have thing of right now, this was the must-have thing of the day that the exclusives went on. And that is the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Force Deadpool figure. So this guy was released at the Hascon convention as an exclusive. He's pretty much the exact same figure as the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool. The only difference is that his belt's different, his coloring's different, and a few of his accessories are different. He doesn't have the punching glove, and I believe his weapons are different colors, and he might come with 1 or 2 different weapons. But he comes with the unmasked head, the taco. He still has the pinky out on his hand and everything like that. But this guy sold out in 8 minutes. I believe it was 8 minutes. It might have been as few as 7 or 5. I'm not sure. But you were only able to get 1 figure per household, it said. Now, I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that meant per address or just per transaction. I'm not sure. So after I was able to get him and my Rexes, I went back to try to get another one with my other credit card, and I had him in the cart, and I was proceeding to check out, and as soon as I hit the checkout button, it said that they didn't have enough in stock. So unfortunately, I was only able to get 1 of these, so I don't have one available for trade or for sale or anything, but I did get him, and I have him in hand, and I'm really freaking excited, and I'm happy because everybody is going after this guy. And if you guys are toy hunters or you collect toys and you know what I'm talking about, this guy is going for a premium pretty penny right now. I spent $20 getting this figure, and he's going for like 150, 200 bucks plus. People are asking ridiculous amounts for him. So if you guys weren't lucky enough to get him, I mean, all I can say is hopefully the market cools off with him, like with most things, and you're able to get him later on. But if you guys were lucky enough to get him, just count your blessings if you're only able to get one, because this thing is going for a crazy amount of money right now. You could sell this thing for probably 10 times what it's worth right now, and you probably would get it. So that was my last figure. So pretty much, even though I didn't record anything for you guys, unfortunately, which I really kind of regret, I kind of wish that I can go back in time and have my phone out and record the actual going into Best Buy and getting my Super Nintendo Classic, going into Target and going into Walgreens and getting my Obi-Wans and stuff like that. And, you know, even though I couldn't record getting these guys because they weren't in the wild, you know, maybe I could have recorded opening the packages or something like that and seeing what condition they are in. But I'm showing you guys now just so I can show you guys. And I have all these things on my Instagram. I took pictures of them all and put them on my Instagram. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube, Maniac the Geek. So if you guys want to go on there and check out my pictures and like and follow me on there, that'd be great. If you guys want to like and subscribe to me on here, I just really appreciated all the love that I can get so I can keep making these videos for you guys. I really like collecting and I really like making these videos for you guys. So just keep following me and keep you know, asking me questions or sending me texts or whatever, or sending me messages, sorry, whatever you guys want to see, and I'll try to do it. But that's going to do it for me for this video. I don't know if I'm going to go toy hunting anytime soon. Today was kind of an expensive day, but I'm really glad with the stuff I got. So until next time, good luck and good hunting. And as always, I'm Maniac the Geek, and I will see you guys in the next video, alright? Later.